Hello. Have you ever felt like you're in here looking out at a world over there? Today, we're going to explore a radically different way of seeing and being. Firstly, we'll look at why the sense of being a separate subject might be an illusion. Second, how to directly encounter experience without the filter of separation. And finally, what it means to live from luminous self-knowing, where there is no me and no world. Let's begin. We encounter a separate world. That's the common experience of most of humanity. In our ordinary view, there is a me here and a world over there. All knowing seems to involve a subject looking at an object. Right now, I'm sitting here in my living room looking at a tree outside the window. I am the subject, the tree, and the room, they are the objects. This is the familiar framework of duality. But is this actually what we experience? Or does this picture only arise because we're not fully conscious of what's really here? Are we so caught up in our usual mode of thinking that we don't even notice it's a kind of illusion? What if I told you there is only ever luminous self-knowing, with no subject or object in sight? Even in our everyday distracted lives, it is only ever this self-knowing that's occurring with no separation anywhere. It's perhaps most obvious in silence, when attention turns inward and the dance of objects and labels quiets down. So if you're able, try this now. Close your eyes. Slowly, gently, withdraw your attention from all objects of experience. Feelings, sounds, smells, thoughts. They may continue to arise, and that's okay. Just don't hold on to them. Let them pass. Watch them come and go. Now, what remains between the rise and fall of these phenomena? You may encounter a kind of knowing you'd never quite noticed before. It's silent, objectless, boundaryless. Yet it is unmistakably there. It is not nothing. It is pure, present knowing. And notice, within that pure knowing, can you find a knower? Is there a separate someone who is knowing it? Or is it simply knowing by itself, without a subject and without an object? This is luminous self-knowing in its clearest form. It's like a vast room filled with light, but with no light source. This is awareness itself, pure knowing, before it's divided into observer and observed. And here's the shift. You don't experience this self-knowing, you are it. To say you experience it would suggest there's still a separate experiencer, but that's just another layer of thought. There is only this knowing, that's all. It can be discovered in silence, but it is present always. even in the so-called world of activity and form, it is only ever this self-knowing operating as movement, as colour, as form. The difficulty is that we habitually locate ourselves inside the body or the head, peering out at a world that seems apart from us. But this is an interpretation, not the raw experience. When I look at a tree in my front yard, what is the actual experience? There is the seeing of the tree. There is knowing. But is there really a separate seer inside this moment? Or is that an interpretation only added afterwards? I am looking at the tree out there. But in the immediacy of experience, there was no separate I. There was just knowing, in the form of treeness. The tree wasn't over there, it was here, intimate, immediate. Just like in silence, where no subject or object is found, so too in the seeing of the tree, there is no division until the mind adds one. There is only knowing, and this applies to every experience, a thought, a sound, a sensation, a memory. There is always only one undivided field of knowing. Never a split between subject and object. So we come to this realization that all of reality is this luminous self-knowing, pure isness, no separation. This is the essence of non-duality. And when this is seen, not as a philosophy, but as a living truth, there is no more struggle, no more resistance, no more distance between yourself and life. You are the world. You are the silence. You are the knowing. There is nothing else. Thanks for listening. If you found this meditation helpful, please like and subscribe. For written meditations, see my regular newsletter at everydayawakening.substack.com. Until next time, peace be with you all.